What's happening, guys? It's Alex sitting on a park bench. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute, as they say, since I shared a video. I thought since I was out and about on a walk, now that the weather seems to be letting up a little bit here in Poland, it's probably going to be briefly warm as it is today, and then it's probably going to plunge back into cold for a bit. So it's just funny how I correlate my outdoor bench talking videos with slightly warmer weather. It's not really an excuse, but it's good to be back. And I wanted to go into the present moment for this video, explore the idea for a little bit. It's not like I haven't been there before in other videos, but I thought it would serve as a nice reminder for both of us, you and I, to remember that the present moment is here. The present moment is at our disposal. The present moment is something not to be forgotten, and so many of us forget that there is such a thing as the present moment. It sounds almost ridiculous for me to bring it up and have to suggest and remind us of its existence and its importance in our lives, in this busy, hectic, distracted world that we live in. What am I talking about? Some of you will understand what I mean. Others might be newer to the concept of the power and the value in the present moment and how it can serve us. It's a really interesting idea to think of the present moment as a tool. And it is a tool, and I think that's what's going to be the common thread of this video, is to see the present moment as something to make use of in a productive way, in a way that benefits us. Perhaps to not see it so much as something that we sort of use and then drain all the energy out of. No, we want to see it very much in the opposite sense, that we work in harmony with the present moment as if it's our friend. Most of us are running around escaping from the present moment. We're escaping from this relationship that we have to the here and the now. And whenever this happens, you'll notice you don't tend to feel so good anymore when you start resisting the present moment, when you resist the friendship that we can spark up between awareness, consciousness, and your existence within that awareness, and perhaps going even further, the idea that you are awareness. And by turning away from being aware and being conscious and being present, are you in a sense turning away from yourself? I want to go back to this idea of using the present moment as a tool, because a lot of people, I would say most people, are very uncomfortable in the present moment. And this is why they don't go there very often, because we associate a lot of pain and struggle with just being here, sitting still in silence in our surroundings, and not going off into all of this thinking and ruminating and worrying. A lot of us think that the present moment is not serving them and is an uncomfortable place to be, like it is for many people, because we allow rumination to arise in that moment. And so we tend to associate the present moment with discomfort. And I think going further than that, a lot of people, if you were to ask them, well, why don't you spend more time in the present moment? Well, they might say, especially for those of you and those of us who haven't explored further into the spiritual realm and the meditation realm and the mindfulness areas, they might say, present moment, there's nothing going on there. I'm not productive in the present. I need to be thinking, I need to be imagining, I need to be somewhere else. What can I get from the present moment? I'm sitting here on a bench, that's boring, right? There's nothing here. So I'm gonna wander off again. I'm uncomfortable, and I'm gonna bugger off again. And I'm gonna go and find some friends. I'm gonna find a video game to play. I don't like it here. There's nothing to be had here. What's here? It's just nothingness. Well, you couldn't be further from reality, because there is so much to gain, to benefit. Sounds kind of take. But there's a lot to be had from a shared mutual relationship with presence. And I think one of the things that trips people up and keeps prompting them to turn away from presence is the idea that you are delivered a kind of wisdom that is deeper than the material world, the world of form around us. And it is that little thing that makes all the difference. If you know, and you will know this from experience, that when you allow yourself to silence the mind long enough and to be present for long enough, you'll start to see interesting gifts appear in the form of insights, ideas, story ideas, business ideas, solutions to problems that you're having in your life. You've seen it, you know it, I don't need to prove it to you. This is what I mean by this channel of wisdom that is served to us as a gift continuously when we allow it to. Most of us don't give ourselves the time or the time of day to allow that insight, that wisdom to show up. Presence is the doorway to this wisdom. This is why people keep going on about presence, because they have seen this unrelenting, you could say, channel, stream of wisdom that comes through, which we are all able to enjoy, we're all able to benefit from when our relationship with presence improves. And it's nice to see it, I think, as a relationship. Most of us are very out of harmony, very out of balance with this friend of ours' presence. There's a kind of self-denial because we're, if you want to go kind of higher level stuff, presence is essentially an exploration of who we are. But we can leave that for another video. Just for this one, I wanted to remind us all, including myself, because I spend a lot of my time out of presence, I'm certainly no monk. When we understand that certain gifts are delivered to us, which you can find out for yourself when you sit on a bench like me and explore that wisdom, that insight, that creative power, we all have access to it. So I challenge you, or I remind you, to see if you can return to presence more often, not because you are dumbing down and you are making your life intentionally more boring, which many assume is what happens when you go back to presence. It's very much the opposite. Your life, as you'll see, will be enriched, will be drained of all its negativity, or a lot of it will go and be replaced by colour and a real sense of beauty. So on that, I'm going to leave you guys. I hope this was a useful video. If you want to see more like this, share a comment, say anything you like. I do endeavour, especially now that the weather is improving, although that's no excuse to do more of these videos. I'm probably going to stick to kind of this kind of stuff, self-development, self-growth stuff. If you're interested in improving your writing, I'm doing a lot of writing and sharing writing tips via primarily my Twitter account, which is AlexMathers84. I'll see if I can remember to share it in the comment below, but do follow me on Twitter for writing ideas primarily, but also self-growth stuff. And do hit subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Take care, guys.